just a second ago, I sent you a link to this group chat. All of us are in for our class reunion. Did you click on it and take a look at everything we've been talking about? How's it going, Kay? I haven't heard from you in a while. I just got that link from you a little bit ago and gave it a read. And from the looks of it, it looks like you're getting married now too. Congratulations. That's right. Do you want to hear more about it? About who the lucky man is? I'm sure you and I will meet at the upcoming class reunion, so how about you tell everyone there about your marriage? Actually, the man I'm with is a year younger than me. All right, well, you can tell us all about that at the upcoming class reunion. And he's making over $100,000 a year right now. I'm not sure all the details about his work, but it seems pretty tough. I think he's in consulting? At least that's what it all sounds like to me. Also, his father just so happens to work for the state in the capital, and his mother is a very famous pianist. He and his family are all living the life we can only dream of right now, right? That is very amazing. His older brother seems to be taking after their father and will someday be working for the state as well at the capital. They really are all like celebrities in a sense, right? And I'll be able to finally join a family like that now too. Congrats. There's nothing else? Nothing else about what? Like a more, wow, that's insane. I knew you could become famous, Kay. Or maybe something like, this is what I expected from the winner of the high school beauty contest. I'm so jealous, even. There's nothing else from you? I did say that it was amazing, didn't I? All right, I get it. You've always been that really cool girl that doesn't need to be so overreactive. It was to the point even where in class, nobody could really even tell if you were there or not. Nothing special about you, you basic woman. So you're telling me that you only started to text me today in order to brag about your wedding to a basic woman with nothing special about her? Well, that's one part of the reason. But there is also something even more important that I need to text you about. Something even more important than bragging? In that class reunion group chat, you can see that I went and invited everyone to my wedding, right? But the thing is, you're the only person who's not invited to my wedding, as I can't invite you. So I just wanted to make that clear to you right now, just in case you were all in high spirits about coming to see my husband and I. I did see you telling everyone that you wanted them all at your wedding. I really do want everyone at my wedding. Everyone except you. Can I ask what the reason for that is? You already know what the reason is. If on my guest list with all the people that I invited, there was you written down on it, someone who's all dark and emotionless, then everyone would look at me differently. And before long, my value to my husband's family would drop, and the same thing with everyone else in higher position than me. Huh? What I'm saying is my stock would plummet. Your stock would plummet? If all my friends aren't pretty women and handsome men, then I'm in trouble. To me, friends are like jewelry. If even one of them is not from a high-end brand, then I will look silly and like a lowlife. And, well, you are one of those low-end brand earrings or whatever that would make me look bad in front of everyone else. Therefore, I don't want you coming to my wedding, as you would really ruin my special day. And that's why I'm telling you right now that you are not invited. Thank you so much for saying that. I would feel so bad for you in opening up your schedule in order to come to my wedding when you're just not on the guest list. And I'm sure you're still single and without a boyfriend yet, right? So actually, you probably don't have much on your schedule to begin with. I'm still not as free as you might want to believe. What was that? Did you actually find yourself a boyfriend? You, of all people. Did you go to the zoo and find yourself a gorilla or something? I'm not talking about a partner, rather my current job. You are such a loser and a letdown. That's exactly the type of answer someone like you would use. You are so much like every other poor person out there. Can't believe you just made it sound like you don't have any time when you don't even have any money. As for myself, I'll be getting married to my dream man and will never have to work a day in my life again. I'll become a housewife for the rest of my life and be able to use all of his money any which way I'd like. Seriously, it'll be like I'm living up in heaven while you suffer down there on the earth. That's right. And different things make different people happy, so I don't care about you living that celebrity life. Now, I'll see you again at the class reunion.
Hello, Annie. Do you have a moment to speak with me?
What's going on, Danny? Is there a problem?
No, this has nothing to do with work, actually. Rather, a private matter.
Private matter? Oh, is this about your upcoming wedding?
I noticed that you responded back to my invite by saying you wouldn't be coming. And well, I just wanted to know why that was. I've been working under you for so many years now, and I'd really like it if my higher up came and saw me get married.
I'm sorry, just a couple of things came up that have kept me from saying that I can go.
A couple of things? Does this have to do with that massive contract you're working on for the company? That can't be it, because I would have heard about it all as well.
I'm really sorry, Danny. Really, it's something private to myself.
Oh, did something end up happening to you regarding me?
Not at all. You've been a great friend to me ever since college, and when I said that I wanted to start my own company, you stuck right next to me and supported me through it all. I think of you as a really strong friend of mine. You're like a childhood friend to me almost, and that means I really do want to be there at your wedding.
Oh, then please, come to my wedding. Look, you know all about the wedding I'm planning to hold for everyone, and I plan to hold it for you too.
I had a look at the invitation and the place you had written down on there. It's the wedding venue that one of our best friends and club members from back in school runs now. I can't believe that you'll have the chance to have your wedding there, and a story about your connections to the wedding venue would be really powerful.
And if your schedule really is free on that day, then I'd love for you to at least show your face there. Also, back when my last girlfriend left me, you told me to get back up, try again, because you wanted to be at my wedding someday, right? You said that to me.
Now that you mention it, I did say that. Well, if that's the case, then I guess I have to think about this a little bit more.
Oh, please, think about all the reasons you have to come to my wedding. I'll be going on, Annie. Sorry for bothering you during your break. I'll see you again soon.
Of course. See you again soon. Annie, are you so unattractive that at the class reunion you weren't even going to try finding a man? Or could it be that you really do want one, but know you can't have one? The class reunion is over now. What do you want from me still? I'm at the after party now, so can I just ignore you? Huh? After party? You hold it right there. I never heard anything about there being an after party. Just a few of us decided to do something after the reunion, and that's why we went out to a bar to have some fun. There were too many people at the reunion itself that we had to catch up with, and so we didn't have the time to talk to one another much. That's why we're here now, just having a few drinks and chatting a bit more thoroughly. There are a few people here as well that I haven't seen in ages. Who's all there? Most of them are people you never seemed to get along with back in school, so you wouldn't have any fun here with us anyway. Don't tell me that Cedric is there right now. Cedric? From what I heard, he went and joined a different group to go out and have some drinks with. Shut up! Where did he go to have some drinks? I don't know all of that. I'm just out with a couple of old girlfriends relaxing and having some fun. Maybe they went out to one of the pubs or bars close to the venue we were at. What the? I should have known you were just at some plain and simple drinking party. All right then. Oh, I know who you're with. All those annoying and nerdy girls that you hung out with a lot back in the day. I'm not sure who all you're talking about there, but these are all my friends from back in high school. Now, I'm trying to enjoy my time with them here, so see you later, all right? Well, I have something I'd like to tell you. What? I'm really not in the mood to chat with you anymore, all right? Are you going to try to pick on me again? Because that's how things always were back in high school with you. You always call me a loser and a plain girl, yet you keep coming back to me. Do you actually like me or something? Do you want me to be your friend now? Do you want me to be your girlfriend or something now? Oh, shut the hell up already. Who would ever want to be anything to someone as simple and boring as you? I wanted to give you a warning is all. I saw you today talking with Cedric there at the reunion, and we both know that you are not even close to the same level as him. The same level as him? Why can't I talk with someone from back in high school that I haven't seen in a while? Cedric won the men's beauty contest back in high school, the same year I won the women's contest. And after that, at prom, he and I went out with each other and became the prom king and queen. Do you remember that? He is someone that I can get with and be around, but not you. Ah, don't tell me that at the reunion you started to get all jealous seeing him talking to me and not you. Huh? I would never, ever in my life be jealous of someone like you. And why would I ever be jealous of a woman trying to find a man when I already have my dream man now? You're the one who should be jealous of me right now. The only place a plain woman like you could ever talk to a man is at the high school class reunion, which is just sad and depressing. Thank God I didn't invite you to my wedding. I would be in huge trouble if you came out to my gorgeous wedding and started to try and find a man there. I wasn't trying to get into a relationship with him or anything. Actually, I'm not really in the mood for a relationship with any men right now anyway. Now, just because you are so starved of being with anyone you want to love you, don't think that I'm in the same boat. What the heck? I happen to want to focus on my job right now, which means I don't care if I have a boyfriend or not right now, or get married or not right now. I don't need to be in a relationship to be happy like other people might need. So I'd like you to stop thinking that I'm so starved from not having any relationships going on right now, as I'm not. I'm doing just fine living the life I have alone and don't need you telling me otherwise. Okay, keep trying to act all tough about it. You're just making up all those excuses because you're not sexy, right? And I can tell that just by the fact that you're not even with any men right now at that after party. It's funny that you'd say something like that to me when you weren't even invited by anyone to go out after the reunion. There must be some intense meaning behind that. Oh, shut the hell up already. I'm the one getting married now, so everyone is being nice by letting me go home to my man. And by the way, unlike you, I don't have all that free time to sit and chat. I have to get back to work preparing my wedding and everything, so goodbye forever. You were the one who started texting me. There has to be a reason for why you are so shameless. You came all the way out here to my wedding today, even though you were not invited. Are you here to start flirting with all my guests now in the hope of finding someone? Or could it be you trying to get with Cedric again, even though you're not supposed to be here? Have you not taken a look at your wedding guest list? I know that you weren't invited to this wedding, and that's why there's no need for me to look. And so you think that just because you didn't invite me here today, you can just pour water all over me? A lowlife like you who thinks they can just walk into my wedding uninvited deserves to be soaked in cold water. My wedding is not the place for the lower caste to come and be a part of. I'm going to go home now because of what you did, so you better not regret whatever comes later, all right? I would never regret pouring water all over you. Are you confused about who the main attraction is for today? I'm the person everyone wants to care about and see today, and you were not invited here by me. I will not have you becoming confused about that again. Now get the hell out of here. You're just dirtying my special day and wedding by being here. Well, if you do begin to regret things and try to get me to help you later, I will not, all right? And I told you I won't regret a thing. All right then, I'll be going now. Tell your husband I said hello. Annie, were you also trying to go after my man as well today? You must have been turned away by so many men now that you became desperate enough to go after my husband. You are totally screwed in the head. If that's what you came up with by me just wanting you to tell your husband hello, then it's probably you who has their head on backwards. I told you before, I don't care about being in a relationship right now. Just because you have to keep worrying about finding the right man and won't be happy otherwise doesn't mean I'm the same way. I don't need any other man now. You are really making me sick. Just get the hell out of here. And that's just what I'll do. Goodbye forever.
Annie, what do you mean you were forced to leave? Kay's telling me that it was an accident at the table where one of the water glasses tipped over and spilled on you and your dress. That she tried to apologise for it, but you wouldn't forgive her and ran off out the front doors.
Ah, so that's what she's trying to tell everyone now. You didn't hear anything besides that story from her?
That was all she really told me. I'm so sorry you got covered in water while you were here.
Danny, have you not told her anything about the kind of relationship you and I have to one another?
What? I was thinking about telling her about us while you were here today at the wedding. I thought that would be a better decision instead of telling her without you around.
I see. Well, listen, Danny, that woman came up to me with a full pitcher of water and ice and poured it all over me. There were also fruits and herbs in that pitcher with the water.
What? What are you talking about? I was told by her that she was handing you a glass of water and...
I didn't want to say anything to you about it at the time since you were having so much fun getting ready for your wedding. And I never said anything about Kay before because she was the woman you fell in love with and wanted to marry. But Danny, Kay actually happens to be from the same high school and year as me.
Is that right?
And as for your guys' wedding, she invited everyone from our class to it besides me. If you want to know the reason why she didn't, that's because there's something about me she just doesn't like. And she's made that very apparent to me ever since we first met.
She didn't even invite you?
Actually, she told me not to come at all. And that's why I told you I couldn't make it the first time.
That's the reason why.
I could just explain all of this to you, but I'll just show you what I'm talking about instead. And this was the conversation we had 30 minutes ago.
No way. This can't be.
Since she's gone this far to make me feel unwanted by everyone, I no longer think that I can agree with you getting married to a monster like her anymore. I can tell you everything that's happened between her and I, but nothing else. You will have to decide for yourself how you plan to handle your relationship from here on out.
Hold on a second. Let me clear out this room and I'll call you about this.
Hey, what the hell is going on here? Why do I have to lose my man now right as we are about to have our wedding? And right before we were going to get on stage and say our vows? Why are you talking to me about this? Because I know that after you got drenched in water, you became pissed off and did something to screw up my whole wedding. It turns out that Danny trusts me a whole lot more than a fake woman like yourself. And that's why your marriage is no more. What? Danny, have you been talking to Danny? Yes, because he happens to be my employee. Your employee? Right after I graduated from college, I went to start a company of my own. And from the day I first started that company, he's been right alongside me helping make things along. He even helped me make the company go international, so I have a lot of respect for my friend Danny. What did you say? So then, that consulting company or whatever, where Danny's working, that's your company? That's exactly right. Before, we had just been close friends that went to the same college, but now we both work together, me as his CEO and him as my employee. There is no frickin' way. So when he had to choose who to believe, either me, who he's been working alongside for years and years, or you, who he's only known for around a year or two and who's been lying to him, the choice was easy. And so he went with believing me. What did you say to him? I showed him all the conversations you and I have been having over text. Excuse me? The conversation where you told me why I couldn't come to your wedding, and the conversation where you said I was just trying to search for a man to be my boyfriend. All of those conversations we had, along with all the horrible things you said about me. That was all screenshotted and shown to Danny by me. That totally goes against my privacy, though. Well, I'm sure it does in some way. But that was an easier way of explaining things to him than trying to talk it all out. Sorry about that. If that all really does lead to me not having him as my husband, then I'm going to take you to court and sue you. I'll make sure you pay for this whole wedding that's become a total waste as well, and the settlement will be for at least $100,000. That's as long as you have the ability to do all of that to me. I have the ability, you jerk! That's scary, but I'm not so sure it's going to be me paying any money, since it will most likely be you. What was that? It wasn't those screenshots or anything that I sent to Danny that made him want to call things off with you. It was all those people you talked with after the reunion and exchanged phone numbers with and then later went out with behind his back. What? Huh? You exchanged contacts with some guys at the reunion and then later went out with them all to have some fun, right? You were going on and on about how I was the one in need of a man and trying to find one at that reunion when it was really you having to do all of that. Why do you know all about that? Unlike all those men you were talking with and getting ready to take to bed, I was talking with a well-put-together man like Cedric, and he told me some things. He was telling me about how you continued to send him all these messages about how you wanted to take him out and go on a date, and that all those messages were really starting to drive him up the wall. He even told you no 2 times because he knew better than to go out with someone who had plans to get married. Yet you kept on trying, and that really changed his perspective of you in a bad way. Why was Cedric talking with you of all people about that, though? What? You don't know why? Well, it's because he and I are longtime friends with one another. I know that! And it pissed me off watching him always talking to you all the time just because you are a friend of his from back in elementary school. So is that the reason why you've always been coming back to talk with me even though you say you don't want me around you? I just thought you were gay or something and had feelings for me that you couldn't find ways of expressing properly. Now I finally have the answer. Anyway, Cedric and I are not only friends, but family friends since both of our parents go out quite often. And let me just say, he is not fair game for you to go after right now because he is engaged. And he actually happens to love that girl, so there's no room for you to be butting into his life. Unlike you, the woman he's engaged to is both beautiful on the outside and on the inside. What the hell? I never knew that! Another thing, Kay, you don't have room to be complaining about Danny leaving you when you already went and cheated on him before your wedding. So, you really know all about that? And I made sure to tell Danny about every little thing that I know about you. He's a great friend of mine and a great employee of mine. There was no way I could hold back the truth from him any longer, and so I let it spill all out. I want him to be happy, and the only way that can happen is by telling him everything I know. No way. That's led to the life of becoming a celebrity that I've worked so hard for. The only thing I can say about all of this is that you deserve it. Annie, please. He's your employee and your friend, so go and tell him all the good things about me. Work with me to make sure he doesn't leave me. The fact that you can even ask things like that from me after all you've said and done is ridiculous. I'll apologize to you for pouring all that water on you, all right? But that was just water, so there's no real reason to be that worked up over it, right? The fact that you still keep going on like that after all you've done to me is almost disgusting now. If I can't get married to Danny, then how am I supposed to carry on with life? This is life-threatening, please! I'm your friend, so help me out here! I'm sorry, but you are not my friend. And I would much rather that my friend and employee Danny be happy instead of you. He's done so much for me in the past, like building all my contracts with other customers, so I could never ask him to marry a monster like you. He'd never be able to become happy, and that would break my heart. Are you saying you're fine with me not becoming happy then? After pouring all that water on me? Yes. I told you I'd apologize for that. You keep going on about apologizing to me, yet I haven't heard you say sorry to me yet. I'm sure you're just BSing me right now, right? I'm sorry! Please, Annie. Please help me in making sure that I can marry Danny and never have to end up alone again. And I'm sorry myself because there is no way in hell I will help you. Now, please, with whatever strength and dignity you have left, go to wherever the hell idiots like you live and leave the rest of us alone forever. Goodbye forever. For real this time. Right after I sent that last goodbye to Kay, I made sure to block her number right away in order to avoid any more bullcrap from her. Then I went and deleted her contact information and blocked all of her accounts on social media, before telling everyone I knew about what had happened and to make sure to keep her out of their lives as well. Because of that, pretty much everyone started to learn about the kind of idiot she was, and I did not regret one thing. Kay really did end up losing Danny and the marriage, and because of all the men she had played with while together with Danny, she had to pay him a massive settlement. But since she was always so prideful about living off other people's money, she didn't have a cent of her own to give. And so she ended up having to go back out and find a few different jobs in order to make some kind of payment each month on that settlement to Danny. I hear that she's going to be working for a few years, paying off everything, and I hope that while she's struggling through everything, she's thinking about those regrets that she said she'd never have.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I can't marry you. Can we cancel today's wedding?
What? Why are you suddenly saying this? Did I do something wrong?
I need to be honest with you right now.
Right now? On our wedding day? We have guests arriving in a few hours.
No, you didn't do anything wrong. I'm sorry to say this, but I've been seeing someone.
That someone would be me, right? That's why we got engaged and are supposed to have our wedding today.
I know this is terrible timing.
Terrible timing doesn't begin to describe this.
I'm sorry. I've been seeing someone else besides you. I want to marry her.
You're kidding. You've been cheating on me?
I know it's unforgivable.
After 7 years together?
I'm really sorry.
Sorry doesn't cut it. And to say this on our wedding day.
I've been trying to find the right time to tell you.
And you decided our wedding day was the right time?
I can't lie to my heart anymore. I don't want to live a life of regret after getting married.
Is she that important to you? We've been together for 7 years.
You don't understand. When I'm with her, everything feels different.
Different how?
She told me that time doesn't matter. I've been with her for 2 years, but I still want to marry her.
So you've been betraying me for 2 whole years.
It wasn't supposed to happen.
But it did happen. For 2 years.
She's so much fun to be around. Her smile is adorable, and she gets excited about everything. And I never get bored spending time with her every day.
Every day? What do you mean?
Well, she's actually my junior at work. Originally, she was my junior at college. And by confidence, she transferred to my workplace. I was even assigned to be her mentor. And we started spending time together.
And that developed into a relationship.
I couldn't help falling for her.
I see. So all those late nights at work.
She's such a sweetheart. Always acting cute and clingy. It really makes me feel good as a man, you know?
I guess I'm not good at being clingy.
It's not that. You're just different.
Different how?
You've always been able to do everything by yourself. It's like you're more of the best friend, or even like a big sister than a girlfriend.
So you don't even see me as a woman anymore.
That's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
I know you understand. I'm going to marry my younger girlfriend.
All right. I wish you both happiness.
Really? You mean that?
What else can I say?
Thanks for taking this so well. I'm really glad you're not angry and can accept this so peacefully. Actually, she kept turning me down until now. She said it would be too cruel to betray someone I've been with for 7 years. She kept telling me to forget about her and marry you.
She must be very kind-hearted to care so much about me, even offering to step aside like that. Your girlfriend seems like a really sweet person.
She really is. She's been so torn up about this.
Must have been hard for her.
Yeah, I'm sure she's been hurting inside about my wedding. I'll go tell her right away that I canceled the wedding.
You should tell her soon. She'll be happy. Leave everything else to me.
Are you sure? I can help with canceling everything.
No need. I'll handle it.
I will. Thanks, Sarah.
Things might get complicated, but I'm rooting for you. I hope you'll be happy with your new girlfriend.
You're really understanding about this. I knew you would be.
Of course. What are friends for? Hello, this is Sarah Anderson regarding the infidelity investigation of my fiancé. As predicted, he asked to cancel the wedding today, and I got his confession about the affair on record.
Really? That's impressive, Miss Anderson.
Just as you suggested, I stayed calm and let him talk.
That was the right approach. Did he reveal anything specific?
I managed to get a lot more information, too. The other woman was apparently his junior from college.
What? So she wasn't just a work colleague? Our investigation didn't turn up any college connection at all. They might have been deliberately hiding this.
Could they have planned this from the beginning?
It's possible. The timeline is suspicious.
You think so too? She's an old acquaintance from college who then transferred to his workplace, and he becomes her mentor. With all these connections, you'd think there would be more rumors around the office.
Did anyone at work know about their college connection?
Not that I'm aware of.
They must have been very careful about keeping their affair secret. That's why they thoroughly hid their college connection. This shows premeditation and calculation in their infidelity.
Even their mentorship arrangement.
Could have been orchestrated.
So would you say this is a particularly malicious case of infidelity? I want to use this for pursuing higher compensation.
Well, question. The duration of deception involved.
And the wedding cancellation on the day itself.
Yes, I believe so. You should take a strong position. Based on my years of experience, I suggest you discuss this with your lawyer.
I've already contacted them.
Good. You're handling this very professionally.
Thank you.
I must say, Miss Anderson, you've done an excellent job. This is the first time I've seen someone let the groom go all the way to the wedding day.
I needed concrete evidence.
You got more than evidence. You got a full confession.
Just shows how deep my resentment goes. He wasted 7 years of my life.
Use that as leverage for the compensation claim.
I intend to.
Channel that resentment fully. We'll continue investigating the other woman based on the information you've shared.
Found anything interesting yet?
Several promising leads. We'll have a full report soon.
Thank you. I still have more to do. He'll learn the consequences of betraying someone who loved him for so long.
Just remember to keep documenting everything.
Don't worry, I won't miss a single detail.
Hey, Sarah, what the hell is this? Why did you expose everything about me and her to the company? What kind of harassment is this?
Oh, hello, Mike. Is something wrong?
Don't play dumb. The whole office knows.
Why are you so angry? Your affair developed through work, right? Plus, you were her mentor, which made you even closer. Of course, the company would want to know what kind of mentoring was going on.
You had no right to do this. What mentoring? We only discuss work at the office.
Really? Just work?
Yes, just work.
Then how did it turn into an affair? If you only talked about work. Doesn't make sense, does it?
That's not the point.
Then what is the point?
That doesn't mean you had to tell the company. And I heard you showed proof of our affair to the CEO.
Was I not supposed to?
Of course not.
Well, I thought they wouldn't believe me if I just said 2 employees were having an affair. Having concrete evidence makes the conversation go smoother, don't you think?
You're trying to ruin my career.
I'm just being thorough.
What's weird is that you even have evidence of the affair. How's that possible? I only told you about it yesterday right before the wedding. You should have known about it until I told you.
Should I explain?
Yes, explain.
Actually, I knew for a while. Yesterday was all an act.
What?
You seem surprised.
What do you mean you knew?
I'd been suspicious for a while. You were distracted during wedding planning, working more weekends than usual, so I quietly investigated and gathered evidence of your affair.
You were spying on me?
Investigating. There's a difference.
No way.
I just learned this when I went to your company today, but they're pretty strict, aren't they? Apparently, there was a similar office affair scandal before that caused quite a mess. That's why they have such harsh penalties for workplace conduct violations now. Even potential termination, right?
Can't do this to me.
I'm not doing anything. These are company policies.
Damn it! You said I was guaranteed a promotion next year. What if I get fired because of you?
Because of me?
Yes, because of you.
No, it's not because of me. It's because of your own cheating. By the way, how did she react when you told her about canceling the wedding? Was she overjoyed that you chose her over your long-term girlfriend?
She was super happy, but you've ruined everything now. The whole company knows that I'm humiliated.
Oh, so you did feel humiliated. Then why did you cheat? Why did she steal someone else's fiancé? Strange, isn't it?
Stop twisting things.
I'm just asking questions.
What'd you say?
Well, give my regards to your girlfriend.
You're going to regret this.
Am I? How interesting.
You've changed.
No, I just stopped pretending. You're the worst! Pretending you didn't know about the affair and then getting revenge like this? Oh, hello. Don't hello me! So, you must be Mike's other woman. Have you been enjoying yourself? You think you're so clever, don't you? I'm just being thorough. Screw you! I got fired because of you! The CEO just called me in. That must have been uncomfortable. You planned this all along! Being fired shouldn't be a problem, right? You can just become a housewife after marrying Mike. You don't know anything! No? Then enlighten me. About that, Mike's being transferred to some remote location. Is that so? How inconvenient. You know exactly what you did! It's a shame they couldn't fire him, but a transfer works too. You can just follow him there. You think this is funny? Not at all. I'm being practical. It's not that simple! God, you've ruined everything! Is this why he dumped you? Your nasty personality? No wonder you got cheated on, you bitter old maid! Just stay quiet like the loser you are! Are you done? What? You're quite unpleasant, aren't you? Very different from what Mike described. I thought you were supposed to be sweet and innocent. I don't need to act sweet for you. Clearly. I don't need to be nice to annoying people, especially not to someone who got dumped on their wedding day. I see. So you're quite the mean girl type. Better than being a pathetic stalker. Stalker? How dramatic. I heard you have evidence of our affair. How pathetic. You were going to overlook his cheating just to get married, but then you got dumped and decided to expose everything at work for revenge. Is that what you think happened? That's exactly what happened! He betrayed me after 7 years together. I think I deserve a little revenge. Getting fired is nothing. There's a labor shortage, you know. I can get another job anywhere. Your big trump card isn't as effective as you thought, old lady. You seem very confident. Of course I am. Well then, how about my next trump card? Huh? Surprised. What are you talking about? You don't think this level of payback would satisfy my anger, do you? Don't underestimate me, little girl. What are you planning to do? Isn't getting me fired enough? Oh, I'm just getting started. You're insane! You'll see. Stay away from me! We'll be in touch. How do you know my home address? Finding my boyfriend's ex-fiancé at my doorbell? That's some horror movie stuff. Isn't it? Such a coincidence running into you. Coincidence? You showed up at my door! Well, I thought you might be bored since you lost your job. You know, we've never met properly. I thought I should say hello and discuss the compensation payment. Though running away was quite rude. Of course I'd run away with my boyfriend's ex-fiancé shows up out of nowhere. You're stalking me. Stalking is such a harsh word. It's the truth, isn't it? You seemed quite startled. Anyone would be. But you didn't need to scream and run out like that. You made such a scene that the building owner came out. He asked, "Is there a problem?" and almost called the police. I had to explain everything. How embarrassing. Wait, what did you tell the owner? Are you concerned? What exactly did you say to him? Oh, just everything about our situation. That I'm the ex-fiancé, you're the other woman, and I came to discuss compensation for the affair. No way! He seemed quite interested in our conversation. You had no right! Now, don't panic, even though you have that special relationship with the owner. What? Should I elaborate? What are you talking about? The owner told me everything. You've been seeing him for about 6 months, right? Oh, but maybe only the owner thinks you're dating. After all, you were getting 1 month's free rent for every date. Sounds more like he was just your cash cow. Lost for words? That's not... amazing! You can even manipulate men old enough to be your father. I can barely handle one serious relationship. But you can juggle multiple men at once! Shut up! More importantly, did the owner say anything? Was he angry? What do you think? Just tell me! Oh yes, he left a message for you. If you're late on rent even once, you'll be evicted immediately. No. There's more. What else? Also, follow the garbage disposal rules, keep the noise down at night, any more complaints from other residents, and you'll be evicted. This is bad. This is really bad. I already lost my job, and now if I lose my apartment too, I'll be homeless. That would be unfortunate. You're enjoying this. Don't worry too much. You must have savings, right? Oh, sorry. I forgot your savings will probably be gone after paying my compensation claim. No! Why are you cornering me like this? I just messed around with your man a little. A little? Is that what you call it? It wasn't supposed to go this far. Maybe you should reflect on how much impact your little messing around had. I left some documents about compensation in your mailbox. Make sure to read them carefully. You can't do this to me! I already am. I'll call the police! For what? Delivering mail? How interesting.
Hello? This is Green from Green Investigation Agency. How are things progressing?
Better than expected, actually.
The company responded as anticipated?
Yes, exactly as you predicted. Thanks to you, everything's going smoothly.
Have you received any pushback?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
Excellent work maintaining your composure.
I learned from the best.
That's good to hear. We wrapped up our investigation. I've sent all the details in an email. We found some very interesting information. Please take a look.
Anything particularly noteworthy?
Several things you want to see immediately.
About her other relationships?
That and more. Check your inbox.
I look forward to it. Thank you for everything.
Just doing my job.
No, you've done much more than that.
Remember to document everything.
Always.
Hey, Sarah. I heard you've been harassing Rachel. I get that you want to blame her, but showing up at her house is going too far.
Oh, now you're defending her?
You can't just show up at people's homes.
Harassing? How rude. I just wanted to say hello. I'm an ex-girlfriend, or a best friend, or even like a sister to you, aren't I? I just wanted to properly introduce myself to the person replacing me.
Stop twisting my words. And why do you have to go and greet her? Are you my mom or something?
Your words, not mine. Well, you're the one who said I was like a big sister to you. Plus, I wanted to discuss compensation with her. I thought meeting in person would be faster, but she screamed and ran away. She's the one who made it into a big deal.
You're terrorizing her.
Terrorizing? I just delivered some documents.
She's coming with me to my transfer location. Stay away from Rachel from now on.
Is that what she told you?
Yes, we already decided.
Oh, so the remote transfer was true. But has she agreed to it?
What do you mean?
Have you actually discussed the details?
She's unemployed and facing homelessness because of you. Rachel has no choice but to rely on me. Of course she'll come with me.
How confident you sound.
What's that supposed to mean?
I wonder about that. You might want to confirm with her first. Ask her if she's decided between you and her fiancé.
Huh? What do you mean?
Oh, did I say something strange?
What fiancé? What are you talking about?
It's fine to be impulsive, but you'll have to face the consequences, Mike. These things should be discussed properly between the two of you.
What? What fiancé? You mean me, right?
You really don't know?
No what?
No, I mean her boyfriend she's been dating since high school. 10 years together. Impressive, right?
What are you talking about? I never heard about this. My Rachel was in the same college club as me. This is the first time I'm hearing about a high school boyfriend.
First time? How interesting.
You're lying.
She must have kept it secret carefully. Otherwise, she couldn't have played around in college, right?
What?
Should I elaborate?
Tell me everything.
She and her high school boyfriend went to different colleges. They've been long distance since then. Amazing that they're still together after all this time.
No, that's a lie. Rachel can't have a boyfriend. He's not the type to cheat.
Not the type to cheat? That's funny.
What's funny about it?
Huh? Is your head okay? Rachel is exactly the type to go after an engaged man.
That was different.
How so?
That was just because I happened to be engaged. Rachel told me this was her first forbidden love. She said she couldn't give me up, always crying.
She's an even better actress than me. But if she loves you that much, maybe she'll choose you. Her boyfriend works for a big international company abroad, but apparently he's coming back to get married. Hopefully she'll abandon him and go to the countryside with you.
He works for an international company abroad. She's been dating such an elite guy for 10 years?
Surprised.
This can't be true.
Have confidence, Mike. Didn't you say time doesn't matter? I'm sure Rachel will choose you.
Stop mocking me!
I'm just using your own logic.
Damn it all! Rachel betrayed me! That woman duped me!
Oh no, really?
Don't pretend you didn't know this would happen.
Tell me what happened.
I contacted Rachel right after and confronted her about her fiancé. She admitted it was true. But I told her I'd forgive everything if she came with me to my transfer location.
How generous of you.
I was willing to overlook everything.
And then?
She laughed at me and said, as if I married some washed-up old man.
Wow, that's a completely ruthless rejection.
She called me pathetic.
That must have hurt.
This isn't funny. I gave you up for Rachel. Parents are furious. My position at work is ruined. So I told her fiancé everything.
What? Everything including breaking off our engagement?
You bet I did. I told him everything.
How interesting.
It pisses me off that she gets to have a happy marriage of her elite fiancé like nothing happened.
After getting so angry at me for exposing things, you went and did the same thing.
That's different.
How so?
I finally understand how you felt. And I've finally woken up. I was such an idiot. But I was just being played by that woman.
Excuse me?
Can't you see? We're both victims here.
Victims?
Rachel never intended to marry me from the start. It was just a toy to her. I'm a victim just like you. If it weren't for Rachel, I could have married you. So let's get married. We're both victims here.
What, are you serious right now?
Of course I am. This is our chance.
Our chance for what?
I know you'll forgive me, Sarah. We dated for 7 years. Our relationship won't break over something like this. I'll take responsibility and pay compensation for the affair. So please marry me.
Are you kidding me? There must be something wrong with your head.
Why are you being like this? Huh?
As if I'd ever forgive you. My love for you died along with those 7 years, and I never want to see your face again.
You don't mean that.
I absolutely mean it.
What are you saying? You went this far to corner me and that woman? They say love and hate are two sides of the same coin, right? This means you still love me.
Your delusions are remarkable.
I know you still care.
Stop with your creepy delusions. I'm just making you pay for damaging my pride and my life. I don't feel any love for you.
But
You're pathetic.
we can start over.
So, just quietly pay the compensation and never show your face to me again. All that money I spent on the private investigator was totally worth it. I can finally move on with my life, feeling refreshed.
You can't mean that.
I do. Goodbye, Mike.
Sarah, wait!
Don't contact me again. Later, Mike went back to his parents' home saying, "Help me convince Sarah. You guys would be happy if we got back together, right?" But his parents exploded, saying, "How much of an idiot are you? There's no way she'd take you back after what you did." His mother reminded him of all the times I had helped their family, while his father berated him for throwing away a 7-year relationship for a 2-year affair. Thanks to his parents' request to the company, his transfer to the remote location was moved up. Apparently, he'll never be able to return to his original workplace. The company made it clear that this transfer was a final chance. Any further incidents would result in immediate termination. As for Rachel, who abandoned Mike, she also got hit with a compensation claim from her main fiancé, and their engagement was officially broken off. The story spread among their high school classmates and local acquaintances, and now she's getting cold shoulders from everyone in their hometown, with people saying, "How could she betray such a wonderful guy?" Her attempts to explain herself on social media only made things worse. As more details of her relationships came to light, The building owner also terminated her lease early, citing multiple violations of the rental agreement. Both her professional and personal reputations were severely damaged in the process. Meanwhile, I used the compensation money to take a long vacation abroad. When I returned, I managed to secure a better position at a different company. I never responded to any of Mike's attempts to contact me again. And I made sure my lawyers handled all remaining communication regarding the compensation payments.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
Hey, Deborah, there's something I want to talk to you about. It's like kind of urgent, and you need to reply to me straight away when you see my messages. Is it actually true that your husband doesn't even earn $100,000 a year? Does he actually make less than that? I can't believe that's how little he makes. I thought he was supposed to be successful. Excuse me? Why are you messaging me out of the blue like this for? I don't understand why you're asking me these sorts of questions. Well, actually, I heard about how much he earns from Mom. She's such a blabbermouth, to be honest. She blurts out anything and everything. I wasn't wrong in thinking that he was a dull, gloomy guy who can't really do his job. I never thought he was such a lowlife and just another part of the scum of society. Another thing that I can't believe, Deborah, is how you could have married such a crappy, unemployed man who does nothing for you. Hey, come on now, Savannah. There's absolutely no need for you to talk like that to me about my husband. You hardly know a thing about him. You can't just go around and say that he's a crappy, unemployed man when you don't know much about him. It's so rude of you to do that. He's also not unemployed. Huh? What on earth do you mean? I'm not being rude. If someone earns less than $100,000 a year, they're obviously unemployed. I guess all he does is do part-time jobs every now and then just so that he can earn some money for himself and you, I suppose. I wouldn't call doing that a job, Deborah. I don't even get why you're bringing up how much my husband earns, but since when was it any of your business? I bet you didn't even listen to Mother's story entirely. You're the type of person to do that and nitpick only what you hear. There was a time when he earned less than what you stated, but that was quite a long time ago now. He's earning a good living now. Okay, so you think that someone like him, who's basically unemployed, is doing great in life? What an absolute joke. Maybe he's finally gotten a raise then? How do you think he managed to do that in the first place, huh? Did he increase the number of days he works in his part-time jobs or something? Huh? What the heck are you even talking about, Savannah? What is your problem? Why must you be so nosy about my own husband? What is with your attitude right now? Don't you see it's only natural for people to make fun of a guy like him? He's unemployed and doing nothing with his life. Don't you know that my husband earns almost $200,000 a year? In comparison, your husband is a complete lowlife who doesn't know how to make a living for his own family. All I can do about it is laugh. Hey, what the heck, Savannah? Why must you act this way? My husband's doing a lot to earn that money that he does, all right? You don't know a thing about it. Oh, really? Is that so? Then why are you being so defensive all of a sudden? Did I hit a nerve? Come on, Deborah. We all know that your husband isn't successful. Well, when it comes to my husband, he's been running his restaurant extremely well lately. He's only 25 and he's already making $200,000 in profit every year. Apparently, he's about to open a second restaurant since his management of the first one is going so well. I just thought you might want to know that. Well, yes, it's amazing at how much money he's earning from his restaurant. It must be a very popular place to go and eat at. He must be proud of himself. Well, of course he is, because he always was and always will be very successful. He knows what he's doing with his life, unlike your good-for-nothing husband. How old is your husband now? He must be about 37, right? Even though you both are almost in your 40s, you're only just making $1,000 a year. Can't you see how bad that is? It just goes to show how unsuccessful you both are in your careers and earning money in general. I can't help but roll on the floor and laugh about it. How dare you make fun of someone else's husband? Don't you see how rude you're being right now? I hate to break it to you, but Patrick's making a decent living now. So if you could please stop laughing about it because it's not even funny to begin with. You've got no right to laugh at him at all. I am sick of you being so mean to him. Oh, come on, it's impossible to not make fun of him when he earns pennies. It must be so hard for you to get married after all the effort you put into it. He's kind of failed you as a husband in a way since he doesn't earn a lot of money. The only good thing about it is that you still make a decent living, so you're fine. But maybe you're well suited for Patrick after all, so you can make up for him being such a loser. I hope you enjoy having such a burdensome husband in your life, Deborah. I don't pity you at all.
Hey, sweet lady. I just wanted to message you because I wanted to ask you something. I've been kind of anxious to ask you, but I just need to come out with it. Maybe I could be very wrong about this, but I was wondering if you actually like me as a person. I've been wondering if you still want me as your husband. I heard that Savannah doesn't like me.
Whoa, Patrick, first of all, what on earth are you even talking about? You're not making much sense. What's brought this on all of a sudden, huh?
Actually, I'm meeting up with my supervisor today at some restaurant, and it just so happened that Savannah was there. She called me out and everything.
Wait a minute, what? No way. What was she there for? That's quite a coincidence, and to be honest, a little bit weird that she was there when you were.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just so happened that she was in the bathroom when I was meeting up with my supervisor. She started talking to me and was laughing a lot. It was so strange, and a bit uncalled for because she turned around and said that if it was okay for me to be in the restaurant like this, even though I'm unemployed.
Are you kidding me right now, Patrick? Did she actually come up to you and say something so snarky? What the heck's her problem? This is unbelievable.
Yeah, she kept going and said that this place doesn't have the most reasonable prices for someone who's unemployed. Maybe you should only order one dish. And then she just burst out laughing. I couldn't believe the way she was acting towards me, when I thought that we all got along really well. Her husband also seems to look down on me too. I'm so embarrassed right now.
Oh my God, she's being so horrible to you. I'm really sorry about that, Patrick. That's so unfair of her to say those sort of things to you. I can't believe she would say those terrible things to your face.
It all happened so suddenly and out of the blue that I didn't know how to react to what she was saying. I don't get it. Why does she think that I'm unemployed in the first place? I really don't think she understands what I do for a job. Does she think that being an author who stays at home and writes is the same as being unemployed?
Well, if she thinks that, then it's not true at all. You're a fine author and you write a lot every day, so of course that doesn't make you unemployed. I think it's on her that she doesn't understand what you do, and she's completely mistaken about all the elements behind what makes someone an author. You haven't done anything wrong.
I'm sorry, but I'm just a little confused as to what you just said. How can she be mistaken about what someone like me does for a job? Is it not self-explanatory?
Okay, I've got something to tell you, but please don't get mad. So, Savannah thinks that you earn $100,000 a year, and she thinks that's nothing. You see, I think it's all because she was eavesdropping on a conversation that I was having with my parents earlier about what you were getting when you were starting out.
Ah, okay. That makes a little bit more sense now. So that's what you were talking about then. I managed to get the book published, but the sales were terrible. After I paid for my assistant, rent, and publishing stuff, my annual income for the particular year was barely $100,000.
Yeah, she heard me mentioning it, but then she was trying to get more information about it from my parents and started jumping to conclusions about it. But it seems like she didn't quite listen to the entire story, so she doesn't understand what happened in the end and misunderstood what you do for a job.
Ah, is that what's going on then? I suppose that makes sense to why she said what she did to me, but still. She was being extremely rude. It just didn't let me talk. Her and her husband still think that I only earn less than $100,000 a year. So they think it's funny to look down on me. That's why they think I'm unemployed.
Yeah, and maybe during the wedding announcement to everyone, you didn't mention that you were an author who's published quite a few books. I know that you said that you were self-employed, but sometimes it can be misinterpreted by the wrong people, and it was by Savannah.
Ah, okay, I see what you mean. To be honest, there's not a lot I can do to help that. She's the one who doesn't understand. She needs to listen better to people. It just doesn't make sense because your parents are so lovely and welcoming. And Savannah and her husband were all happy and cheerful when they introduced themselves to me. I really don't think they read a lot of books at all. So I guess I get a little bit frightened to tell people that I'm an author and all I do is write all day.
Okay, yes, I understand that my family is definitely more extroverted than you. Savannah and her husband have a lot of friends and love going to spas and throwing barbecues. I understand why they might intimidate you since they're both flashy people that like to show off how much money they get from their jobs and that sort of thing. It's horrible that they look down on you.
Well, somehow I managed to get up the courage to tell your parents later on that I was an author. But come to think of it, I haven't seen your sister and her husband since then. I guess I must have completely forgotten to tell them that I was an author, so they started judging me from the get-go. I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
It's so weird because it seems like Savannah and her husband are convinced on the idea that you're unemployed and do nothing all day and that you're a depressed person. I tried to explain to her that you're not an unemployed shut-in, but she refused to listen to me. I'm so sorry they were being so rude to you, Patrick.
No, it's okay. There's no need for you to apologize, Deborah. It's more my fault for not saying what I do for work. However, the next time we meet, I'll have a chance to explain myself.
That might be a good idea so that she can shut up and stop saying mean things to you. Anyways, I know this is off topic, but how come your publisher is at a restaurant? Usually when you have those sorts of meetings, you always go to a cafe, right? Since talking about the writing over coffee is easier, yes?
Well, I've got some great news to tell you. One of my books is going to be turned into a movie. We're celebrating this momentous occasion at a restaurant.
Wait, what? Are you being serious right now? That's so amazing that your book's being turned into a movie, Patrick. Oh my God, this is such a huge deal. I mean, of course your book's going to be a movie because you're such a good writer. Wow, this is such an amazing opportunity for you, Patrick. I had a feeling that a lot more people are starting to read more of your books lately, and it's amazing that it's going to come to life on screen. Congratulations!
Aw, thank you, Deborah. I'm really proud of the work I've done, and I'm glad that I got your support in this. It means a lot to me. Okay, I've got one more suggestion for you. I'm just wondering if you'd like to up the ante at our wedding, since we're going to be a bit more well-off soon. And also to thank you for being there for me. The process would have been less bearable without you around, and you deserve something more fancy. How about we get you a custom-made wedding dress for you?
Wow, I'm glad that those feelings have been enough for you, Patrick. I enjoy cheering you on from the sidelines, and you've worked so hard for this, but I don't need a fancy dress.
Okay. And you're fine with not doing that? Recently, I've been making some sales from other goods along with my books, so I've got quite a lot of leeway.
Anyway, if you've got the money, let's improve the quality of the food for everyone who comes to the wedding. The guests are all people who you're indebted to. Anyway, enough about that. Let's celebrate you getting a movie adaptation of your book today when you get home. I'll splurge a little so we can have a feast.
Aw, really? You would want to do that for me? It's so sweet of you, Deborah. Actually, it was such an expensive restaurant that I was nervous so I didn't eat much. I'm actually starving, to be honest with you, so I'd love it if you cooked something nice for the both of us. I can't wait to see you at home.
Me too. It'll be so nice to celebrate with you, my future husband. I guess I'll make it an extra special dinner for you since you're hungry. Hey, Savannah, look, I've been trying to call you and message you for a while now and you're not answering. The wedding ceremony's starting here very soon. Where the heck are you? Oh, it's you, Deborah. Oh my goodness, I'm actually so sorry about all of this. I completely forgot to contact you today. Actually, my husband and I can't make it to your wedding ceremony today. Huh? What do you mean? What on earth are you talking about? You've been invited to my wedding and you said yes that you'd both come. So what do you mean you both can't make it? Is there something going on at your husband's restaurant? Is that why you can't make it? Just be honest and upfront with me, Savannah. Ugh, okay, fine, if you insist. It's all because I don't want to go to your extremely boring wedding. We're not attending because we didn't want to pay for a gift. Excuse me? What on earth did you just say to me? Are you actually kidding me right now? Why are you doing this, huh? You're making no sense to me. Because I've already predicted that your marriage isn't going to work out since you'll be marrying a shut-in, unemployed freak today. I think you'll both be getting divorced soon. I feel like doing this wedding is going to be a waste of time for you, him, and for the guests who will be attending today. It'll also be a waste of tens of thousands of dollars on a gift, too. How dare you turn around and say something cruel like that? You don't know anything about our relationship, and we will not be getting divorced since we love each other a lot. Oh, my dear older sister, you're a bit dumb sometimes, aren't you? You really need to face reality a little bit more. I understand why you must feel so anxious since I got married before you. But there's no way you should be marrying an unemployed man. It's obvious that your lives are going to be tough, and then you'll end up divorced. What the heck's your deal, Savannah? You literally don't know anything about my husband. He's not unemployed at all. You never listen. Oh, okay. Maybe he's not unemployed, but he's just an at-home security guard. You know, like a dog. Doesn't that make him a freeloader under the name of a full-time husband? You really don't need someone like him to burden you for the rest of your life. I'm doing you a favor here, but telling you all this. Either way you think about it, divorce is definitely there for you in the future. How dare you talk like this to me, and on my own wedding day? How can you be so arrogant? What you're saying to me is absurd, and I won't allow it anymore. Anyways, I better stop harping on about it and just say that neither of us are coming to your wedding, okay? Even my busy husband says it's a waste of time going. I feel so bad for your big sister since your wedding isn't worth celebrating at all. It's a waste of time and money, so I'll be absent from it, yeah? Okay, if you're going to act this way and say all these horrible things to me, then don't bother coming at all, Savannah. You've got this all twisted, by the way. Well, I wasn't planning on going in the first place, Deborah. So there, a wedding between a low-life unemployed man and a spinster never works out. I would rather none of your guests show up to it. They'll just be disappointed. I'm sure there are many people that don't want to go to a wedding like this. I'm sure that there are people like me and my husband who have changed their minds last minute and decided not to come to your wedding, yes? Well, actually, it's the polar opposite of what you've been saying, Savannah. There are way too many people here, and it's making it difficult to find everyone a seat to see the ceremony. Wait a minute, what? What do you mean by that? How are there heaps of people at your wedding when your husband's a shut-in and you're not friendly? I'm friendly. It's you who isn't, Savannah, especially right now. Those who didn't send back invitations to say they were coming wanted to at least give us gifts. The number of gifts and cards that we've gotten today is incredible. I never thought that our wedding would turn out like this. It's so amazing that we've gotten a lot of congratulations. I don't get it, though. How is there so much excitement over my sister's wedding? Don't the guests know that the groom is just some unemployed shut-in with no future? It's not even worth giving someone a gift when they're just going to break up really soon. There is absolutely no point in attending or buying anything at all. Well, actually, everyone's saying that they're really excited to be meeting the groom and giving him gifts since he's actually so successful. Maybe it's all because we announced that we're getting married and also told them that he'll be getting a movie adaptation done of his book as well. All these fans of his novels just showed up to the wedding venue today to give him a lot of congratulatory gifts to their favorite author. It's just amazing. Hold on a minute. What did you just say? Are you telling me that your husband's actually some hotshot author? He writes books? What on earth? Oh, well, the reason that you probably didn't find out is because Patrick isn't the best when it comes to social media, you see. He accidentally told a bunch of people, but forgot to mention it to you and your husband. I'm surprised you don't follow him on his socials. He accidentally put in his location of the wedding venue and the date. People found out and a lot of fans showed up, but I was surprised at how polite and excited they were for us. Everyone quietly left their gifts at the reception desk and left. Whoa. Just hang on a minute there, Deborah. What the heck is going on here? You need to explain this to me properly right now. No cutting corners with me, all right? What the heck is this movie adaptation that you just mentioned? What fans are you even talking about? What on earth does Patrick do for a job? Well, since you obviously don't have a clue because you don't know how to listen to people, my soon-to-be husband's actually a writer. He's written some of the best-selling books recently. It's going to be a big hit. Surely you've read that book, The Green Blade? You've heard of it, yes? I think he did a nationwide book tour and interviews about it. No way, you're lying to me. I know it. I had no idea that Patrick was a writer, let alone an author of a best-selling novel. My friends are like huge fans of the books. I actually heard from them that it was a really good book, so they were wondering if it was going to turn into a movie or not. I've actually read it. Oh, I knew it. It's so popular that there aren't many people who haven't read it these days. So you've read the whole thing too, huh? I'm so happy. Thank you. But I don't understand, though. Is he actually the author of that novel? I thought that Mom said that his annual income was only $100,000. It was when he was starting out in his writing career, and now the books have been reprinted and published properly by a well-known publishing company. The book was a big hit with a lot of different age groups, and it was well received with book critics as well. Last year alone, he made a few $1 million in royalties alone. What the heck? Are you being serious right now? He's actually earning that much money? How is that possible? He's earning several times more than my husband. Well, yes, of course he earns way more than your husband. What do you think about that? Isn't my husband the best? He is so hardworking and can write so well. He never gave up on his dreams, no matter how difficult it all got to be for him. He is literally the coolest person in the world right now. Even though to you, he obviously just looks like some unemployed street rat, yeah? Well, I better go because my wedding ceremony's about to start. I'll speak to you more later about this. I'll ask the staff members here to remove your seats immediately so they aren't being a waste of space. Hurry up and let us inside, Deborah. Even my husband wants to celebrate you both now. Aren't you going to let us inside? Why aren't you answering me? Look, the ceremony's over. We're officially married and the reception's about to start any minute now. Wow, I was wondering why I was getting so many calls. Savannah, you really think you can just walk in here after everything you've said? There is absolutely no way I'm letting you into this venue after what you said about Patrick. Come on, Deborah. It's your wedding day. I'm not here to cause trouble. I just want to celebrate with you. I really had no idea that Patrick was so successful, right? Celebrate? Really? Because all I've heard from you for the past few months is how my husband is an unemployed bum. You think I can just forget that? I was joking. You know I have a weird sense of humor. You're taking this way too seriously. I wasn't really told the whole story when it came to what he does anyway. A joke? Calling someone a bum isn't funny, Savannah. It's cruel. Especially when you don't even know what he's accomplished. Your jokes have consequences, Savannah. He's a renowned author. He's just finishing a novel. That's a real job, you know. You've been tearing Patrick down for no reason. Oh, right, the renowned author. How many copies has he sold again? Come on, I was just looking after your best interests. Stop being like this and let us inside. More than you'll ever sell with your petty insults. Why do you even care so much about what he does? You have never had my best interests at heart. Don't talk crap by belittling my husband. It was just a little tough love. Someone had to say it. Okay, hold on. Maybe I overstepped, but come on, it's your wedding day. Don't you want to have fun? Fun doesn't involve inviting toxic people to my wedding. I want to be surrounded by love and support, not someone who kicks me when I'm down, or my husband for that matter. But I can't change. Just let me in, Deborah. I'll be good, I promise. I never meant to disrespect you. I thought we could laugh about it someday. This isn't about being good for one day. It's about respect. You haven't shown any for Patrick or me. Laugh about it? You've made me cry more times than I can count. Why would I want to relive that on my wedding day? I'm really sorry, Deborah. I didn't realize how much I hurt you. Fine, I admit it. I messed up. But can't we just put this behind us? Just for today? Can you please let us inside now? It's not just about me. You've disrespected him too, and he deserves better. No, Savannah, you've shown your true colors, and I just can't overlook that. So that's it? You're really going to keep me out? I'm your sister. Doesn't that mean anything to you at all? How could you do this to me on your wedding day? If you try to come in, we will call the police. I mean it. We don't want either you or your husband around because all you are to us are bullies who don't listen to others. You wouldn't do that. We're sisters, and you shouldn't do that to other family members. What I said to you about Patrick wasn't that bad. You've crossed a line. Also, what on earth are you talking about? He saw you in a restaurant and you were bad-mouthing him in front of his publicist. What if I just say sorry one more time? Does that count for anything? It's not like I completely meant what I said. It was all just a stupid joke, Deborah. Sorry doesn't undo the damage. You have made it perfectly clear how you feel about my life choices, and I didn't appreciate it one bit. I am over your crap. Words matter, Savannah. They hurt. They linger. You think this is just about me? It's about how you have attacked someone I love. You attacked my own husband. But I'm your sister, Deborah. I was just looking out for you and making sure that you weren't going to have a crappy future. Don't you see how much I care? Caring doesn't involve tearing people down. If you cared, you wouldn't have said those things in the first place. What you said was the polar opposite of caring. So what? I have to suffer because I made a mistake? I didn't think you were this harsh, Deborah. I expected more compassion from you. Compassion? You want compassion after belittling my husband? You have shown none for me. This is about consequences. You can't just waltz in here like nothing happened. I get it, okay? I messed up. But please, just let me apologize in person. My husband messed up too. Just let us come in and we can fix this. I'm not wanting to fix anything. I don't want you around if you're going to treat my husband like a nobody and be so horrible in front of others. But we can fix it. I promise I'll be better. What about our relationship? I'm your younger sister. You can't just not let me inside. What about our family? You don't even treat me like I'm a part of your family half the time, Savannah. I've given you more than enough chances. This isn't a game, Savannah. I can't believe you're doing this on your own wedding day. I have literally got something to give you both. Stop being like this and let me inside the venue. Look, I don't want you standing in front of the venue anymore because I bet you're causing a scene out there. Get out of here before I call the cops on you. After that debacle between sisters, the police showed up after Deborah rang them about how her younger sister was trying to break into her wedding venue and she wasn't invited anymore. Savannah was frightened by what the police said to her, so she obediently did what she was asked and went back home. Later on, Deborah's parents and other relatives heard the story of how Savannah was treating her and her new husband, Patrick. Savannah was told by her parents to never go near Deborah or Patrick again after how she treated them, and that she's done enough damage in her lifetime to ruin her relationship with her sister. Savannah also decided to buy back the books she sold them as well. Apparently some of the items were priced at a premium, and it would have cost a lot of money to buy them back. When it came to Savannah's husband, he was very angry at how she threw him in the deep end when it came to the awful things she said about Patrick. It sounds like they're heading towards getting a divorce. Her husband was originally a friend of Deborah's, so of course he felt terrible when her sister was treating her and Patrick so badly and putting the blame on him as well. Patrick had started to show his face more on social media so that he's not mistaken for being unemployed anymore. He's been uploading a lot of selfies recently. Hopefully Savannah doesn't end up on the news for being so rude to Patrick since he's a world-famous author now. It wouldn't end well for her when it comes to his fans protecting him.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.